This Zoom session is being brought to you by the Fractal Bullseye Horizon. All right. This is the final section of the book that's in the book. Apparently, there were two others that they put online, and I have no idea how to access. So it concludes our study of the book as of today. Next Tuesday, I shall be publishing the final, and the Tuesday after that, it's due and everything else. So anyhow, here we finish off. 9.3 is the quadratic formula. How to solve this equation. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Well, okay. We use the method we did last time of completing the square. So first we prepare it. We transpose the c, so you get ax squared plus bx is negative c. Then we divide throughout by a to get a 1 in front of the x squared. So you get x squared plus b over a over x equals negative c over a. Now we'll proceed to complete the square. Take half the middle coefficient. That'll be b over 2a. Square that. That's b squared over 4a squared. Add that to both sides. Then on the left, you have x squared plus b over ax plus b squared over 4a squared, which is a completed square, equals, and on the right, you get b squared over 4a squared minus c over a. Now the left side, because this is a completed square, will be the square of x plus this, b over 2a. So here it is, square of x plus b over 2a. The right side, to put it over, you get over a common denominator, 4a squared. You get, instead of a c, you get a 4ac. So you get b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. So great, we have it in the form of a square, solution by squares. Take square root. So x plus b over 2a is plus or minus the square root of, and this fraction, b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Now, okay, if you distribute the square root between the top and the bottom, on the bottom you get the square root of 4a squared, which is 2a. So x plus b over 2a is plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac, all that over 2a. Now, then you subtract minus b over 2a from both sides and get x equals negative b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac, all that divided by 2a. We put it over a common denominator of 2a to make it a little more compact. That's the quadratic formula. And you can just plug in any numbers a, b, and c, and you get an answer. So it's sort of like Cramer's rule for quadratics. Now that thing on the square root, b squared minus 4ac, it's called the discriminant, abbreviated capital D. If the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac, is positive, then there will be two real roots because of the square root of a positive number. There's two solutions. If you graph a quadratic, then you get this U-shaped curve called a parabola. And here it meets the y-axis. At the x-axis, 2 points. So y equals 0 at these 2 points. So those are the two solutions to the equation. If it's b squared minus 4ac equals 0, then you have square root of 0, which just cancels out, and just get one solution and a real solution. That's like if you graph the parabola, and instead of running through the x-axis twice, it meets at just this 1 point. And if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, then you have a square root of a negative number. So these are two complex solutions, so there are no real solutions. That's if the parabola lifts entirely off the x-axis and doesn't meet it at all, at least not in real space. Oh, wait, did I skip a step? I did, sorry. Let's do some examples. 4x squared plus 3x minus 1 is 0. Okay, it's minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Here b is 3, so you put it here and here. Here a is 4, so you put it here and here. Here c is negative 1, which you put here. Okay, 2 times 4 is 8 in the denominator, negative a 3, plus or minus root, and this thing here, the discriminant, if you work it out, it's 9 plus 16 is 25. And then root 25 is 5, so you get x is negative 3 plus or minus 5 over 8. And if you work it out, negative 3 minus 5 over 8 is negative 1. Negative 3 plus 5 over 8 is 1/4. So these are the two solutions, -1 or a quarter. Here's 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 is 0. So b, I always do b first, is a -5. So you have minus a, here the -5 goes here, and here you put the b here. Then a is 3, so it goes here, 2a, 4a, here's a 3. And c is -2, and it goes this one place here. All right, minus a -5 is a 5. -5 squared is 25, minus a negative is plus. 4 times 3 times 2 is, I believe, 28. Whatever, so you add these up, you can get 49. 5 plus or minus root 49 over 6. Now root 49 turns out to be a square. It turns out to be an integer because 49 is a square. So and that's 7. So 5 plus or minus 7 all over 6. If you add them, you get 2. If you subtract them, you get -1/3. So 2 or -1/3 are the solutions. Now here it's not in the right form, so you have to put it in the right form. 4x squared equals 7x minus 2. Okay, first we have to transpose the 7 and x and the 2. So you subtract 7x from both sides and add 2 to both sides. So you get 4x squared minus 7x plus 2 is 0. Then you the quadratic formula. Here's a b is -7, goes here and here. A is 4, it goes here, and here. And c is 2, it goes here. So minus -7 is a 7. 2 times 4 is an 8. -7 squared minus 4 times 4 times 2 is 17. So 7 plus or minus root 17, all that divided by 8. We don't go any further because this is an irrational quantity, and it doesn't even reduce, so that's that. 2d squared minus 6d plus 1 equals 0. All right, plug into the formula. -6 goes here and here. 2 goes here and here. 1 goes here. So you get 6 plus or minus root 28 all over 4. Root 28 is root 4 root 7. Root 4 is 2. So you get 6 plus or minus 2 root 7 all over 4. And then you can cancel a factor of 2 throughout and get 3 plus or minus root 7, all that divided by 2. These are the two solutions to this equation. Now for this one, we won't need to do the quadratic formula. It's just solved by square roots. The square of 2y minus 1 equals 25. Well, therefore, 2y minus 1 is plus or minus root 25. So 2 minus y minus 1 is plus or minus 5. Add 1 to both sides. 2y is 1 plus or minus 5. Divide by 2, you get y is 1 plus or minus 5, all that over 2. You add these, you get 3. You subtract these, you get -2. 3 or -2. Those are the solutions to this one. This is not in quite the right form. 5x squared minus 2x equals 8. We need a 0 on the right side. So we transpose the 8. 5x squared minus 2x minus 8 equals 0. There's the formula. All right, -2 is b, goes here and here. A is 5, here and here. -8 is c, here. 2 plus or minus root 164 over 10. 164 is 4 times 41. Take out the root 4, and that's comes at 2. So 2 plus or minus twice root 41 all over 10. Cancel a factor of 2 throughout, and you get 1 plus or minus root 41, all that over 5. Now, this particular problem in the book asked for the answer to 3 decimals. So, and you do that, you get 1.481 or -1.081. In general, I'd prefer to see the exact solution to all answers, but when the book says to give the approximate answers, we do give those as well. Here we have 4c squared plus 16c equals 0. Now this one does not need the quadratic formula. You can solve it quite quickly by factoring. There's a common factor of 4c between these two terms, and it's 4c times c plus 4. So solution by factoring means that either 4c is 0 or c plus 4 is 0. And then this comes out to c equals 0, or this c is -4. So 0 or -4 solve this equation. t squared minus 24t plus 144 is 0. Okay, you plug it into the formula. What can I say? Oh, what's interesting, the discriminant is 0. 24 plus or minus root 0 over 2. Root 0 is just 0, so this just cancels out. 24 over 2 is 12. This is a double root. X squared minus 63 is 0. This is going to be solved by square roots. Transpose the 63 to the right. X is plus or minus root 63. And 63 divides into its largest square factor is 9. Root 9, root 7. Root 9 is 3. So x is plus or minus 3 root 7, or approximately plus or minus 7.937. This one's a word problem. There's a pool, which is 14 feet by 24 feet, and you surround it with a path, x feet wide, and the area of that path is 368 square feet. How much is x? Okay, so here we go. The area of the path is the area of the big rectangle, which is length of 24 plus 2x, because you add x at both ends, times 14 plus 2x, because you add x at both ends, and minus the area of the pool itself, which is 24 by 14. So this times this minus 24 times 14 is the target area of 368 square feet. So you expand these, multiply these, the 336s cancel. After a bit of combining and transposing, here you go. 4x squared plus 7x minus 368 equals 0. Okay, these numbers all can be divided by 4. When you do that, you get x squared plus 19x minus 92 equals 0. Finally, okay, pretty simple quadratic. Put it into the formula. B is 19, so here and here. A is 1, so here and here. Negative 92 is C, so here. That works out to negative 19 plus or minus root 729, all that over 2. And root 729 is 27, so it's negative 19 plus or minus 27, all that over 2, which will work it out as either negative 23 feet or 4 feet. Now, negative 23 is just nonsense, so let's just throw that out. 4, however, x is 4, so this walkway is 4 feet wide, and that's the answer to the question. Well, okay, I believe we have completed this. Let me see. So let's stop this.